YouTube debut.
Yeah, hey guys, Jackie M, how you doing? And welcome to Cookalong Wednesdays with two South African guys who somehow, as it turned out, they cook Malaysian food every Wednesday. Usually they attempt a recipe from Liam's food blog, which is the modelpantry.com. And Liam, of course, in the middle here. Liam's originally from Malaysia. And guys, make sure you say hello, all right? And do hashtag live if you're watching it live, and hashtag replay if you're watching a replay. And say hello to the guys. And I've got Paul G. Paul G is over near Joburg, and Liam is down near Cape Town, right? Yeah. So they're like two rival cities, and two guys have come together through unusual circumstances and are cooking Malaysian food every Wednesday. So today they're going to be cooking laksa, laksa Nyonya, which actually is the recipe from my website, jackiem.com.au. Liam just kind of like making it up as he goes.
Yes.
Paul is largely following my recipe, except that Paul is anti-sugar. So he's skipping the sugar, but apparently it still tastes good, or should do. Hey, Ray, how you doing? Ray from San Francisco, yay. And hey, Vivian, how you doing? Cool. And Vivian's from My Malaysian Street Food Academy. Okay, guys, let's get started. Say hello, guys. All right, Liam, go for it. Say hello. Tell everyone.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you all again. Welcome back. It's going to be an interesting one today because I'm not on my cruising level of recipes. This is something I haven't tried very often to make. I made it once or twice, but to varying degrees of success. So we'll see how it goes. This is going to be a real store cupboard version. So anyway.
Yeah. Paul?
Nice. Yeah. So welcome from sunny Johannesburg. We got good weather today. I don't know if it is in Cape Town, but if it is, at least it's good weather. And I can't wait to do this. Like I made it already last week when we missed our last Cookalong, and it's really great. But I missed a couple steps and stuff, so I'm really really excited to do it properly this time.
Okay.
Have you been practicing this? Is this your first time or?
Second time.
Oh, crafty. Okay, we'll see. Okay, we'll go for it and see. It'll be interesting to see what we end up with at the end. I think we may sort of diverge quite a lot at some stage. But anyway, it'll still taste good, I'm sure.
All right, guys. Yeah, go for it. And let me just try to see. Okay, yeah, that might be it. Let me bump myself out, and then I'll let you guys kind of like figure out how to go about it, and I'll keep bumping in every now and then. And hello, Lionel. Hello, Cindy. Okay, cool. Radio. Go for it, guys.
Yeah, right. So,
cool.
Paul, I'm not sure what you've got going on with your stuff. I've already pre-chopped my things. So I'm going with instead of onions, I've got some shallots, which I'm using. Chopped up lemongrass. About 5 cloves of garlic. What else have I got? I've also got some ginger because we can't really get fresh galangal or lengkuas here, so ginger is the best option.
Dry galangal, which I'm busy soaking to make it softer.
But even then, you don't want to mix it up in your paste per se. You want to just it's better just to put it in the sauce if it's the dried stuff, just to let it permeate like a bay leaf kind of thing. Yeah, you don't want to go.
That's the mistake.
Mashing it up.
That's the mistake I made last week.
Yeah, I know, it just gets gritty. And although I have to say, my version of this, if there is such a thing, I'm going to be straining my stock because it can be a bit unpleasant. I like my laksa to be quite smooth, so I'm just going to go for flavor and then strain it all out and reuse the stock. And then what else have I got? I've got fresh chilies, about 2 big fresh chilies I've got. Dried chilies. Yeah, great. I've got about 4 dried chilies which have softened. I've got some, and this is where I make it a bit weird for you, Paul. I don't know if you've got this yet. I've got some dried shrimps, which can be a bit tricky to get hold of.
Yeah, it was tricky. So all I got is fresh. That's what I used last when I made the paste, and it came out surprisingly well. But
Yeah,
I think dried
but you
shrimp
just
made
want a
a
bit of a
complete
prawn
difference.
flavor to it. What you can always
Exactly.
do too, if you don't have, like I've mentioned to you guys before, I'm actually deshelled my prawns, and I'm going to add the prawn trimmings and the heads and stuff to the sauce as well. I mean, to the stock as well, which will get all strained out. So if you can just get a little bit of sort of shrimpy flavor in there, it goes a long way. Balachan obviously is the next one. We know you've got some balachan, so that's going to be good. And this is a bit of an odd one.
I keep in this bag.
Are you keeping it in the bag? Do you get quite a hit out of it when you open it up? Is there a bit of a build-up of smell?
I can smell it straight through the container. It's bad.
Bliss. And then the other thing that I'm using, which I don't know if you'll have, is I'm using actually a thing called it's almost like crispy prawn sambal. It's hard to explain. It's like kind of dried chilies and things, and it's got a lot of flavor to it. Sometimes you can use like roasted chili paste. That works quite well as well. There are a few Thai versions. Not essential, but again, it just adds a little bit of interest and colors the oil a little bit too, because you want to get a nice red kind of separating of oil on top. That's the big thing.
Okay, so I'm starting with the paste. I don't know what you're...
I'm going to start with the paste too. I'm all chopped up, so I'll just wait for you to do your thing. And are you using white onion?
Mr. Egus. Oh, yes, I forgot I'm not on the tripod today, so let me bring this down so you guys can actually see.
Ah, better.
Oh, wrong way.
Wrong way, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it's already a mess, and I've only just started here.
And you already just put the garlic.
Yeah, and you know what the problem is with laksa is that there's like 40 ingredients. You know, if there are any more ingredients, you know, we might as well just put the whole pantry in here.
I know, it's crazy. And that's not even just the top. I mean, the toppings are in themselves a whole other scene. I've got a whole tray hiding away here full of toppings. But the good thing about this is, once it's done, it's actually very easy. You know, I mean, really, you're just boiling a stock more than anything else. I mean, we fry it off at the beginning, but you know, once the base is done, it's really a case of just adding coconut milk and testing for seasoning. So, you know, it's quite a good recipe to actually make in advance.
Yeah, that's what I actually like. I literally had some laksa in the fridge, the laksa paste. But I mean, obviously, for the cook-along, I can't just pull the laksa out and we mix it in the stock. That would defeat the purpose of a cooking show. But
not unless you want my face to drop. I'm
like, okay, Liam, are you ready? And you're like, yeah, I've got my vegetables and stuff. And I'm like, okay, let's see who can do this the quickest. And you're like, oh, don't worry, I've already got my stuff chopped. And I'm like,
I know. Well, you did. Yeah, well, you should learn by now. I've got quite a quiet life, so I can spend a lot of time prepping for these things.
Yeah, no, we literally jumped off MOMC, and then I had to finish like a web page and some stuff.
Oh, goodness.
So it was a quick one. What can I say? Village life.
Indeed, it is indeed. Now, I assume you don't go mad and chop your stuff too much going into the blender. I mean, again, I don't know. How do you find having all the paste ingredients still in the stock? I suppose it depends. Yeah.
I like them like that. Like, I don't know, maybe, you know, we're different, but what I like is I blended it pretty fine so that by the time it got into the stock, you know, you don't really sense all of the stuff.
No, true.
So, yeah, I think it just comes down to blending. Like, I like to have whole foods or stuff like that in my food itself. I don't really like to, you know, soak things and then strain them out. Like, I feel like it misses.
So you're not like a puree person?
Not particularly. I don't mind, but, you know, it's not my go-to way of doing things. Even when it comes to, like, foods that you should. Like, quite a few Italian recipes call for that and whatever.
And you just think, yeah, that's just the bit that you skip.
Yeah, exactly. straining is
Yeah,
for people who
I'm
don't want
almost
the
the
delicious
opposite,
part.
actually. I'm not a big fan of like wet things with little bits in it. If it's going to kind of be soupy, it's going to be soupy. Or yeah, I'm a little bit weird like that.
Must
But
be
look,
my
the flavor is
Afrikaans side
pretty much
coming
the
out.
same. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was gonna say because I'm used to like trying to think what dishes. So you know, obviously like Afrikaans dishes are big on stews and those types of things.
Cool.
So I'm used to
Yeah,
having like
very
tons of like chunky stuff and
See, that's
all of
okay.
that.
I can go with that. Oh no, a nice potjie and a breedy, absolutely.
We should actually do a potjie sometime.
A potjie,
You know,
oh my goodness.
was it high school or
I've
primary
actually
school?
never made one before,
Yeah.
weirdly enough.
Really? Well, we should do one together because I can't remember if it was primary school or high school, but I actually won a potjie making competition. Like we went on the school tour. It must have been primary school because I think it was a leadership. No, maybe it was a high school. I don't know. But either way, we had to make a potjie, and our team actually won it.
Oh, okay. So, to anyone wondering what the heck we're talking about, a potjie in South Africa is actually a cast iron pot on 3 legs, and what it's actually designed so that you can put it over a barbecue or fire, and it will basically slow cook a stew for you. But a potjie is very particular in that how you layer it up matters a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a case of just throwing it all in and mixing it together and boiling it. It's very much a prescribed strata of food,
Recipe,
and if you get it wrong, it's not a potjie. So yeah, it's quite technical, but once you know what you're doing, it's great because it's great in a South African context because you put the potjie on in the beginning of a night or in the afternoon. 3 or 4 hours later, you know, you're all together having a braai, forgetting about the potjie, and out it comes, and yeah, it's great. It really is nice with cooking.
Yeah, and it's a hearty dish.
Really cool, I have to say. I've been craving a potjie pot for a long time, but they're really expensive. Yeah, and I'm not sure I can justify it. Hi, you're back.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Hey guys, I got some hellos from Annie. Yay, hi Annie, hi Marla, hi Annette, hi Lionel, and hi Cindy. And there's a Facebook user that says, hi, Ian's mom here, Liam's mom here.
Oh, hi, Mum. Trying to get her to register properly so she doesn't become Facebook user is impossible.
Yeah, that's why I showing you this Facebook. Yeah, guys, if you see that comment at the top where it says click on that link to allow StreamYard to see your name, go ahead and do that so that it doesn't just show up as a Facebook user over here. Okay, cool. And yeah, again, say hello. Hit us up with any questions I can throw at the guys, right? Okay, so how you doing, Paul?
Yeah, coming along okay. I'm almost ready with the paste. Just got to chop up some chilies.
Cool.
Well, just de-head them.
You're using fresh chili instead of dried?
There's I already put the dried in, but I'm using both because I actually think it adds a bit more flavor.
Okay, cool. Okay, right, yeah. I'll leave you guys alone.
I also use a mixture of both as well.
Cool.
It's kind of like hedging my chili bets, I think.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
If you've got them, use them.
Yeah, most recipes seem to do that too.
Yeah, I actually just planted some chilies outside, and I just started to bud.
Oh, cool.
I'm excited to see how those go.
Okay, I'm going to do some.
Hopefully better than my attempts. My attempts at growing chili, they just turn into these little shriveled, and they're meant to be that long, but they're not even meant to be that size. But yeah, I'm terrible at growing things. I'm hoping that changes in your house.
I started growing a chili plant during the lockdown. I've got 2 chilies out of that, 2 little bird's eye chilies, and that's it. It's really sad.
Can you bring yourself to use them?
I had to because they die off. It's not like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Apparently, I know. It's really sad. All right, let me disappear.
Yeah, I think I don't really do it often, but yeah, go for it. I don't think, I don't do it very often, but I think I've got green fingers because I seem to have a way with, getting things to survive. and
You're
being
lucky.
able to get stuff to grow. Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause
I
I've
am
grown
a
all
great
kinds of
designer and planner of gardens, but keeping things alive is not for me. I'm very much of the opinion I have planted you into the earth, now grow. Don't expect anything more from me.
bastard.
Not a great gardener at all. Okay, I've got mine ready
And,
to go. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to mine again just to help it catch.
Yeah, I'm
But
putting about
we'll
400
blend
mils.
things. We'll blend together just so people, to limit the amount of time about this. And
Can you smell that?
hell yes. Okay, add a bit of
One
oil.
second, I just got one more thing to put in.
Yeah, go for it.
I was going to say, do you shop at Checkers much?
Yes. Between Food Lovers Market and Checkers.
Okay. Did you see that the little plant things? I can't remember what that thing's called again, but with the little vegetable garden and all of that. Did you see it back? That they did at the end of last year. It was the end of last year or middle of last year. They had that thing where they gave you like this little seedling tray.
Oh yes, I do remember that. Yes, it was one of the more useful things that they gave us as freebies.
Yeah, exactly. And they've just brought it back. I went to Checkers yesterday and I was doing shopping for this stuff, and I see that.
So what did you get? What did you get this time?
No, I didn't spend enough. Sadly, I bought prawns and I didn't get enough. Like, how does that make any sense, right? The prawns were pretty cheap. I think it was like 144 for about a kg, just short of a kg.
Wow, that's not bad. Yeah, I must say prawns frustrate me in South Africa. It's really difficult to get nice prawns, and they're always frozen. And if you think, considering we live next to Mozambique, you would think we would have the most amazing prawns available to us, but we probably do. They're probably just shipped off somewhere else, which is a story of our lives in South Africa.
Oh no, it's like, hey, we grow wonderful things. Oh my God, that's awesome. So what are you guys gonna do with it? Oh, we're gonna give it away. Chili peppers comes to mind now. All I'm hearing is get it away, give it away now.
Okay, I'm going to start blending. I'm not going to go too mad with
Let
the
me join you. I'm going to go completely mad and probably get chased out by the neighbors. But let's do it. Okay, on your mark. There you are. Ooh, that's looking good. Before I take it out, let me just check if I got everything in it. Yes, I did. Second, I thought I'd forgotten something.
Oh no, what was it?
No, I hadn't. For a second, I thought I had it. The lemongrass.
So now it's the time to remember.
I didn't. How's that?
Awesome. Okay, let me show you mine.
Good.
Mine is going to be a bit redder than yours because I basically have added that chili paste, the crispy prawn chili paste stuff. So that's immediately going to make mine a lot richer colored. Okay, so we're going to fry the off. Right? You've done this before, I haven't, so you should be leading the charge here.
It's basically like every single Malaysian dish I've ever made. Put some oil in, start to get your paste in.
Yeah. The building blocks are very similar, to be honest, for most Malaysian dishes. And again, but it's just this little technique at the end, which I think actually really quite separates Malaysian food from other curries and things. And because I mean, I was actually making an Indian food the other day, and it seems so basic. I literally just sort of throw in dried spices and stuff and fry it off for a little while and throw in your coconut. It just, it feels like I'm sort of skimping on effort when I make other dishes.
Okay, well, that gets a little warmer. I'm just gonna get the coconut milk out of here. What I'm actually gonna do with the coconut cream is take the galangal liquid that I was soaking the galangal in.
Okay. Yeah, good. Go
Put
for it.
together.
Yeah. Whatever,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other great thing too. Whatever you can use just to eat that little bit extra flavor. Laksa, I don't think can suffer from too much flavor somehow, unless you do something catastrophic.
Yeah. I was gonna say, oh no, Laksa doesn't have that much flavor. Clearly, you did it wrong. Like every single thing that ever existed is in this.
Okay, I'm gonna stop my pin.
I'm not sure if you can hear the radio behind me, but it's like 90s college kid music.
Oh, that sounds like my era. Musically, I am
probably
a 90s
is.
child.
Oh,
like, this morning I was listening to Roxette. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Roxette.
Nothing wrong with doing a bit of Roxette. It's a guilty pleasure more people have than they want to admit to.
Exactly. But how could you not like Marie Fredriksson? Like, I was so sad to hear that she passed away this year.
I know. Yeah, it's
because they were supposed to come here. I was looking forward to it.
They've been here a few times. Well, to Cape Town anyway.
Yeah.
And I've missed them every single time they come.
Yeah, same here. I was too young, and then, like, just too poor, then too busy. The usual story of life.
Sounds like the cycle of life.
Yeah, too young, too poor, then too busy.
Yeah. And then, there's also the fourth one, which is too tired.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm afraid. I think I'm getting towards that one where it's a bit like, really? I've got CDs. I don't need to listen to you live. It's terrible.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Never. Okay, right. Mine's starting to come up. Let me just see if I can maneuver this so people can have a slightly better view of my.
Yeah, I'm also trying to figure out, because now that I put the tripod. Actually, hold on. How big is this tripod? Maybe you guys will just be staring at my oven, but it'll be worth it.
No, there we are. That's good.
Hold your horses. I haven't started yet.
Oh, sorry. I'll stop. No, I can't stop. I'm afraid the cooking's happening, whether you're ready or not.
Fine. I think this should be fine. I feel one of these. Oh, that one's not locked. Okay, that's too low, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want it too high. I mean, as long as you can get a good bubble on. I'm like on a medium-sized ring, and I've got that on full. I may turn it down a bit as we go along, but certainly initially, when there's a lot of liquid in the paste, it's not an issue.
Yeah.
It's already smelling.
That's too hot.
That seems hot. In fact, to be honest, you can actually often just add the oil to a cold pan and then add the paste at the very beginning, and that it just kind of brings up to slower temperatures.
That seems really sloppy, Paul. That paste. Did you add a lot of?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I added too much oil. Yeah, a bit more oil than I usually did.
That's all right. If it's oil, that's fine. Yeah, the oil will separate.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll just.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
when
you get laksa in Malaysia and you see the big laksa pot stock, it is usually covered in a huge film of oil at the top, and then it's mixed together, and then you get a little bit of the oil. So having too much oil is not an issue with this, because obviously when you serve it up, you're going to agitate the stock and then release, get less of the oil in it. So don't freak out if it does look like an oily mess.
Exactly. Paul, yours
and the oil is quite essential to how the laksa tastes as well, and how it clings to the noodles. That's the other thing too.
Your laksa paste looks a lot paler than Liam's and than mine, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's got that shrimp chili stuff.
Yeah, and also I think you haven't used as many chilies as I have. I'll just show you what I've used.
I'm not sure. I think the chili just didn't impart much of the color.
Okay, this is what I added, which is basically sambal
It's a
udang.
cheat.
Yes, chili prawn, crispy chili prawns. Yes,
That's
but
actually
again,
clever.
I would normally use some like red roasted chili paste. Sorry, this is leaking all over my hands. Good Malaysian packaging. But yeah, just to kind of flavor the oil a bit as well. That's kind of how I see it. It just gives you that nice bit of color. Just gonna go wash my hands a second.
Okay. He's kind of killing two birds with one stone because it's got the dried shrimp and the chili in there. So that's actually quite a clever idea.
It's what I call cheating.
That is not cheating.
Well, it might not be cheating, but you certainly know the bookies by name.
Yeah, I may have a slight home advantage here somehow. Okay,
Can't figure out where.
I'm going to add some prawn scraps to this.
Right.
Jackie, I don't know if you've heard, I'm going to strain my stock once I'm done.
Okay, sure. All right, yeah, sure. Cool.
So I'm just going to add those and fry those off.
Yeah, you can see the oil starting to separate now. I don't know if the camera is good enough for you to be able to see that.
Yeah. That looks good, Paul. Apart from the color.
I'm just using the trimmings from the 3 prawns I'm using for my chocolate. Sorry. And the other thing to do when you do this too is to make sure you give everything a good bash. You want to really squeeze those heads and get all the bits, all the really good stuff out.
Yeah. I would
Just
tell Paul never to
bubbles
throw
away.
up
I'm just going
prawn
to go change
shells.
my shirt.
I would tell Paul never to throw up prawn shells, except that the only prawn that I've ever seen him buy are those frozen shelled ones anyway.
Oh, I know. I'll be really polite earlier. They look fabulous. Put them in the paste.
What can I say, guys? I'm in the middle of nowhere near like any sort of sea or river or anything. How am I supposed to get good prawns?
Village. I live in a village.
Okay, Liam, I'm moving in next week. I was going to say your house better be ready.
We may have a third of a roof off.
The only trick. That's good enough. Actually, no, it's Cape Town. I'll die of cold.
Yes, you would. Oh, it smells really good. I'd say the smell from the prawn brains, for lack of a better word, they smell amazing.
Prawn brains. That's a good way to put it. I like how Liam can hold Paul accountable every time he makes lame excuses about ingredient availability.
It's my trump card.
Yeah.
You think you've got it bad?
You can't beat living in a village in the middle of nowhere in South Africa.
Yeah. Thankfully, the big town by here, Hermanus, thankfully has come a long way. It used to be a very sleepy little seaside village, my favorite place for Cape Townians to come and have their summer. But over the time, it's actually turned into a little proper town, which is good. So you can get a lot of stuff. It's just, unfortunately, with the roadworks at the moment, it takes about an hour to travel 23 kilometers. So it's not fun. No. So if I forget it, forget it. I'm going to move on if I forget it. I'm not the best person when it comes to shopping and remembering things.
I'm sure Krugersdorp is better. It's bigger than that, though.
Yeah, it is. Can I give you the history of Hermanus? You guys might find it interesting. I don't know how much you know, Liam. But so basically,
I don't think as much as you.
I was going to say, as you well know, due to apartheid, you know quite a bit about the Afrikaner people. And so, funny story is, when you think about Afrikaans people, you usually think of them as being, in positions of power and sort of the elite because of the advantages of apartheid. But before that, they were actually lower class citizens in South Africa due to English rule. And in the whole sort of trying to increase their social status and, get into positions of power, what they did is two things. They focused on, obviously, dog track racing was big in Afrikaans communities as a pastime. But then what they did on top of that, And so obviously the social statuses of dog track racing, a little bit, you can see it as a sort of a lower class activity. So what they did is they created Stellenbosch, which, as a very big rugby town. And they pushed rugby as a sport for Afrikaans youth to play. And so they had two folds to increase the sort of social status was through sport by playing rugby. And then the second one is they created the seaside town, the resort town of Hermanus. And so Hermanus was actually created as a resort town for Afrikaans, Cape Townians and the like, as a place that they could go to
Oops.
their sort of status. Now having sort of, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You broke up for a sec. Yeah.
Okay.
You're there.
Obviously, yeah.
Oh, I forgot something. Bad.
What?
I forgot turmeric.
Oops.
How did you forget turmeric? No wonder yours is so red.
I know. There we go. Still time to fry it off. You see, that's what happens if I don't collect everything on a single plate. I've got too many little plates lying around here. Okay. But not a train smash. Of all the things to forget, it's not the end of the world. My thing too, I really hate putting turmeric in my food processors. So I always leave it out to the last second.
Then you forget it.
Okay, mine's going to add some water.
Yellow.
So mine's kind of starting to look nice and dark.
Cool.
So I'm going to add some water. Fresh. I just boiled the kettle a bit a while ago.
So much for trying to be smooth.
About 1.5. I'm going for about 1.5 liters. So
cool.
Okay, I'm going to add my liquid as well now.
Paul, what did you put in the coconut milk earlier? What was that black lump?
Oh, it's just galangal.
Coconut milk.
Oh, okay. Right.
Oh, in the coconut milk. Yeah. Basically, It was galangal water, which is replacing the stock.
All right. Okay. Interesting.
I'm about to add that now.
I'm also going to add. I've got a couple of slices of galangal as well, which I'm going to throw in.
Cool.
And I've got 2 ends of lemongrass that was just lying around, so that's going. That gave it a bit of a bash. That's going in as well. The one thing I'm not so sure about with mine is I think my seasoning may need a bit of something extra because you guys, I don't know if you're using the magic chicken powder. Yes. That will obviously add a lot of salt to it. So I'm probably going to use fish sauce as my salting agent. Or salt is fine as well, but fish sauce, I think, again, just adds that little bit extra flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
So salt's just a bit boring when you can use fish sauce or like chicken powder.
Mm-hmm.
True, but salt is also the purest too. In terms of if you want the flavor of the food, the salt is the best option. But it depends on what you're using it for. But certainly this sort of stuff, you can flavors king. So.
Okay, time to put in the stock.
So Jackie, how long would you ordinarily boil your stock for?
How long would I what? Sorry.
Boil your stock for?
Not long. I actually make the paste separate, and then like when I need laksa, I just kind of like just simmer it for like a minute or so, just to dissolve it. I'm very low rent.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're in good company.
Nah, I've seen you cook, Liam. I've seen your perfectionist. What's that?
Yeah.
So looking good. You are rather attacking your wok with a whisk. Please don't do that. Slap his hand away. Don't do that.
Avert your eyes. I just wanted to make sure that it was all like mixed in properly. Some tomatoes chopped up and some prawn.
Your wok looks really nice, Paul.
It's coming along.
I've been seasoning it.
It's coming along nicely.
Yeah.
You just can't let anyone else
I'll
wash
add
it for you. That's the thing.
Yes,
Don't trust anyone to wash your own wok.
That sounds inappropriate, to be honest.
It does sound inappropriate, but yet it's true.
But yeah. I was gonna say no. Thankfully, like my dad doesn't do that, so he leaves the wok for me to wash. But if he did, he would still wash it properly. But I feel you. You don't want just anybody to wash it, because then all of a sudden, sunlight liquid goes in, and there goes my seasoning and effort.
Yeah, a little bit of a scourer just to get those dirty marks off. No, disaster. Absolute disaster. Okay, mine's coming to boil. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells delicious.
Have you added seasoning in it, guys, or no?
I haven't added anything yet. I'm going to wait until I combine the coconut milk with.
Okay, sure.
Have
you already added seasoning?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it probably looks like it does.
Okay, so let me just catch up a second. So I'm just going to swap over my pots. Going. It's like, how hot is this? As I pick up the handles, I always have that, you always have that moment of thinking, oh, do I need gloves? We've all been there before.
Okay, I'm going to put my noodles in.
Are you cooking it straight in the sauce? Or?
No, I'm going to boil them a little bit first.
Okay, cool.
I need to actually... I'm using prawns.
Okay. Do you have any vegetables or?
I've got tomatoes. I don't know.
Okay.
What else do you think I should add?
Cucumber? Cucumber is a nice combination.
Yeah, shredded cucumber.
Damn,
that's
I
like
don't
the classic.
shredded cucumber.
Mm-hmm. Tomatoes are a little bit unusual in the laksa. I've never seen it before.
I just saw it. I thought I saw it in the picture, so that's why I went for it.
No,
I think you were having a blind moment, Paul. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what pictures of Laksa you're looking at, but oh goodness.
Well, if it works, why not?
What else could I put in other than shredded cucumber?
Asian greens, bean sprouts.
I've got spinach, coriander.
Yeah, spinach. Yeah, spinach will do.
Yeah, go for spinach.
Yeah, spinach.
Spinach, coriander, mushrooms, carrot, broccoli.
Coriander's good. Well,
what's that? You say carrot?
No, coriander.
Yeah, coriander.
Oh, yeah, I'll add the coriander in.
Yeah, for your herbs, you can really go coriander, mint, or laksa leaves are your best options. Mint would be kind of more asam laksa, or even a curry mee, which that would be what you'd have. But again, they all taste good. So
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I've also got some limes that I want to juice in afterwards.
What's that? Sorry.
So I've got some limes that I'm going to juice in afterwards.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know if that's appropriate.
So I've squeezed the life out of this. Hopefully, getting
I'm
as
putting
much
my
as possible. Okay, and then I'm going to add my coconut milk now as well. If that comes to a boil.
If you've ever wondered what keto looks like, that amount of prawns is what keto looks like.
Okay.
It's what looks like?
Keto.
Okay.
It's on a diet.
Oh, keto.
Like 600.
I thought you were saying Peter, and I was thinking, I don't think Peter would be very pleased if you're talking about prawns somehow.
Clearly, we don't know the same Peter.
Okay, I'm not sure how much you can see of mine.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yours looks like prawn noodle soup. Well, now that you've stirred it, it doesn't. But no, it's...
Yeah, that's just a massive layer of fat on top. Okay. So I'm just going to bring mine up to boil. I'm just going to quickly blanch my prawns, which I haven't actually blanched yet. just going to let it come to the boil quickly. Oh, hang on, I better give a taste as well. Okay, so it's got a bit of salt in it already from the belacan.
Cool.
I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of fish sauce wine.
Do you have a dishwasher, Liam?
Yes, most definitely yes. Otherwise, my lifestyle would not be sustainable.
See all these little ramekins.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah.
In fact, when I first moved here, my partner didn't have a dishwasher. 6 weeks later, he realized first thing we're going to buy together is a dishwasher.
That's true love right there.
In fact, I think if we hadn't bought a dishwasher, I wouldn't be here by now. I would have been sent back to the UK.
What made you move from the UK? Like, how did you end up here?
Well, I met my partner, and I was ready for a change. And I had found myself in London by that stage, which I think was just like the end of the road for me. I did not enjoy living in London at all. Only because, not that London isn't great, but I was poor. I was just out of varsity. It was not the best place in the world to be. You know, maybe 20 years from then it would have been okay, but at the time, no. And
the weather?
the opportunity came, and I thought, why not? I mean, I'd already left Malaysia once, so I left home once and then lived all over the UK. And so I was never particularly tied to being in the UK as much as I enjoyed it. But yeah, life said, years ago, here's an opportunity. So I was, okay, well, let's try it. And worst comes to worst, I can come back and hang my head in shame, but never happened.
That's nice.
Tina is saying this looks so good, guys. Jackie, have you had the laksa at Temasek Paramata? I used to dream about it. Yes, I have. Yes, I have, Tina. Yeah, they're famous for their laksa.
Okay, I'm just popping my prawns in.
Yeah, I can't honestly wait to go to Malaysia and try these things by like hawkers and people and stuff. Like I can imagine it's an amazing experience.
It is. It's overwhelming, admittedly. I think if you want to go to Malaysia and have food experience, you really need to go with someone, which you can obviously, who knows what they're looking for. And otherwise, you go to a hawker stall, like a hawker market, or whatever you want to call it, and it's just stall after stall after stall, and the choices you make. The good thing is it's cheap enough that you don't have to make too many choices. You can be greedy and just be like, no, popia one, satay one, this one once, and then they just bring all this food to you. It's amazing.
Yeah, right. What did your partner think of Malaysia, Liam?
He likes it. In fact, he'd actually been to Malaysia a lot of times prior to meeting me.
Okay. Well,
he enjoys it. The food is a no-no, but no, he enjoys it. He hates the heat and the humidity. That's just beyond. But he likes the shopping malls. There you go.
That's why he doesn't live in Durban.
He likes the air-conditioned shopping malls.
Oh my God.
So I'm guessing he loves Kuala Lumpur.
Yes, he does. He really does. In fact, he was so happy. My aunt moved to Damansara Utama area, so very close to a huge mall called Wanutama. And it's literally across the road, and IKEA was en route to this mall, and he was the happiest man ever. He would just go off, live in aircon for about 12 hours, come back again.
Chef Johari's restaurant was at Wanutama.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Back in the day.
It is a great mall, I have to say. It is a mega mall of note.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Is that that big mall in Kuala Lumpur?
No, that's different. It's that one is okay. You're thinking of the one where the Twin Towers are. Is that the one you're thinking?
Oh, KLCC.
Yeah. Not that one.
Yeah, KLCC. Yeah.
Okay.
KLCC
never mind.
It is, okay, right? Yeah, go on.
No, I said noodle-wise, I didn't carry through with my thread. It's not spaghetti. I managed to dig out some mihun from the back of the cupboard, so I was saved by mihun. So I'm going with mihun. Ordinarily, obviously, it's a mixture of
cool
options.
So you've
because also don't
you've soaked it in boiling water.
Yes, I like. Otherwise, to me, if you cook it in a sauce, it just falls. It can fall to pieces. So I actually just put mine in a bowl, pour boiling water on it, leave it for about 10-15 minutes, drain it off, wash it, cool it down, and I actually put it in a salad spinner. I spin it around just to get the excess water out. It really retains a lot of water.
Yeah, it does.
I know. I mean, why else?
I've never heard of anyone use a salad
You don't think I put salad in it? Okay, let me dish up mine. Let's turn that down a bit. Okay, so let me go for some.
I'm gonna do this actually.
It's so fascinating to see Paul do laksa, kind of like doing it blind, not knowing how it's meant to be done, and just following my instructions.
Yes,
Isn't that what
like
cooking so often is, especially when you're doing exotic meals? Most, you can look at the picture, but it's really tricky to actually know what something should taste like. And
yeah.
And look like, and also like
I was going to be good and only have half of this, but bugger it, I'm putting the whole thing in.
do it. I was gonna say that's the thing is like with your recipe is it just had how to get the paste ready and then how to sort of get the stock and stuff in it. So I mean there's no like techniques or anything. So I'm just like flying by the seat of my pants.
So he's blaming you, basically.
Yeah. No,
he's 100% blaming you, Jackie.
What's that?
He's 100% blaming you for
it
your
sounds like it, doesn't it? Yeah. We're gonna have to afterwards, Paul.
Damn it! I was trying. I didn't take the initial task.
What? Sorry.
Okay, so let me just show you my toppings. Okay, my toppings. So,
oh my goodness, look at that!
I know. I've got some shredded cucumber. I've got a sliced boiled egg, some fresh chili, some deep fried shallots, a lime, some regular shallots just sliced, and a little bit of coriander, and a few of my precious laksa leaves. I can only bring myself to pick 4 today.
Oh my god!
And I've got some chicken that I've actually I made some curry the other night, so I've actually got some chicken to go with it, and I've got a little bit of prawn. Oh, and lime as well. That's the other thing. So
that's crazy. Nikki is asking you guys, can you find or buy laksa in South Africa street food restaurants?
What a street restaurant! You can? Where do you go?
No, you can't. Cape Town. No, you can. Look, I mean, I wouldn't say it's something that you should seek out. I'm always quite amused by Asians who come to Africa and is like, right, where's the nearest Asian restaurant? I'm like, come on. I had some very good friends here a while ago in December, and they were like, no, we don't want to have any Asian food. And they were here for like 3 weeks. They lasted 1 week. 1 week, and they were like, oh no, can you cook us Asian food? I was like, yeah. They were brave. They tried.
The boy out of Asia. Paul, yours looks good. How's it taste? Are you eating it already?
I'm about to. Just want to turn the camera around.
You take photos? Don't eat it
Yeah,
without
that's what I just did. Yeah, I just took a photo.
Okay, let's get mine on there. So I'm battling with some leaves.
Just tell me if my head is or isn't in here.
I can see your torso.
And now?
Not yet. Yeah, now
Okay. A little bit of lime.
The smell is what really gets you.
Look at Liam. It's like he's preparing for a gourmet traveler photo shoot or something. Look at that.
Oh! Pretty, so pretty.
Yeah,
I almost don't want to eat it. It looks so pretty.
Mine looks eatable. That's why I'm busy eating it.
So funny. But yeah, that's it.
About like
Again, it's so easy. It really isn't a difficult dish at all. And like you said, once you make the paste, you can just store it in the fridge, I assume for a couple of weeks probably. And yeah, you just dish it out whenever you want to. And Yeah, again, as I was saying to Paul earlier on, it's a great dish if you're going to have people over for dinner because you can make everything pretty much in advance and just get all your toppings and stuff ready. And it's a case of blanching the noodles, heating up the stock, and you're good to go. So, yeah. And I think
like runs a lot of that. Everything that Liam says is couched around dinner parties and stuff like that. Obviously, kind of like a window into his.
No. I'm living vicariously.
For me, everything is like, oh, it's good because it's cheap and you can serve 500 people in 45 minutes.
Lost Paul. What happened to him?
Yes. Sorry, I was just having to go deliver the other ball.
What'd you say?
Love Wednesdays.
Oh, okay. Mala says Paul's looks rustic. Liam's is a Picasso. I don't even know how to tonight. Yeah, yours looks like a Picasso actually.
Picasso pre-modern art or modernist or
I'm just taking it as a masterpiece.
A beautiful presentation.
I think what she's trying to say. She's saying you're an eclectic artist.
Okay. Well, I feel that I should hold it up again for anyone who's missed it. Just so
Look at that. It's ridiculous.
Look at that.
I hope you took like 4 photos.
How pleased would you be if someone brought a ball of that out and said, there you go? I would be like, I love you. I'm never leaving.
Really, is that a super
you can charge 200 rand for that ball.
Sorry, what was that?
Is that ball like super large or it just looks that way?
No, it is actually quite large. It is a large ball. I've been doing a lot of online shopping, and they had a sale, and I bought a whole lot of stuff. in between, like the toilets and the loo roll holders, there were some nice bamboo balls that came as well.
Why not?
No, I'm an online shopping king at the moment for the house. It's just if I can't even keep track of who's coming with deliveries anymore. Anyway,
I know. I've been there. Cindy says, I feel like I want to have laksa now, but it's too late.
Tomorrow! Have it tomorrow. There's always tomorrow.
Annie says, Paul's laksa hijau.
What does that mean?
Which it should not be.
That doesn't sound like a positive.
You've invented your own dish, Paul.
Yeah.
That's going in our cookbook. Laksa hijau.
There'll be a Paul's variation option at the bottom of the recipe.
Yeah. It's a South African green laksa.
Yeah, it's delicious, I'm sure. We may mock you, but you're obviously enjoying it.
How does it taste?
It doesn't look. It's really good.
I can't taste mine, by the way, because I will need to take a picture of it. So I can't taste it. It's too pretty.
Enjoy it.
No, teach you for taking some.
Teach me to be a perfectionist. Yeah, I'd be one of those people in a restaurant. I would give you food and then slap your hand away. Like, no, don't do that.
Why haven't you Instagrammed this yet?
Is your dad eating it, Paul? Or...
Yeah.
Get him on camera.
Does he like Wednesdays?
Ask him what he thinks. Yeah.
How is it? Good.
Good. Would he tell you if it wasn't, though?
Well, the thing is, mouthful. It's a bit hard to tell anybody anything.
Well, there you go, guys. Look up the recipe. I'm always intrigued at how my recipes look completely different cooked by other people.
I did it.
Well,
Justice.
it was going to happen.
Yeah, all the more reason why you should sign up to my Malaysian Street Food Academy. You learn from me directly. See, yeah, speaking of which, guys, I'm running. I am so all over the place. But this Saturday, 29th of August, all right, I'm pretty sure I sent out a mass email to everyone telling them it was the 28th of August. Horrible. I was just like, but it's the 29th of August, 9:30 p.m. Sydney time. I'm going to be in our group running a masterclass, okay, and it's basically to launch the Malaysian Street Food Academy, and there's going to be a draw for one of these, that thing there, the ThermoCook Pro M. So of the six, it's going to be drawn from people who actually sign up to the list, which is at walkaroundasia, spelled WOK.com/masterclass. Okay, so there's 60 names in there at the moment who signed up, and even if you watch it but you didn't sign up, you're not going to be one of those people in the chance to win. Okay, so make sure you sign up at walkaroundasia.com/masterclass for your chance to win that. Yeah, along with other prizes as well.
What will you be showcasing? What are you going to be cooking?
I'm going to. Well, Paul suggested flipping roti canai, right? So I might do that. Yeah, just to
just so Nora can be like, ha. Shame, poor Nora, anyway.
That's not
She'll
very
be
nice.
rooting
He's
for
saving
you.
people in.
yeah, guys, if you want to watch.
Hey, she's busy saving people in California with the fires.
Yeah, actually she is. So thankfully she's not watching. But yeah, if you guys want to learn how to flip roti canai, that's going to be covered in my masterclass this Saturday night, 9:30 p.m. Sydney time. So make sure you sign up. walkaroundasia.com/masterclass. All right. Yeah, thank you guys. That looks amazing.
I just imagine you now suddenly thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I've got to flip so much roti canai before then just to get it right.
I haven't done it in, when was the last time I did it? I can't remember. Maybe like a year ago. It's not something like, like, yeah.
No, it's not something you go out of
It's
your way
riding
to
a
do.
bicycle.
But it is
Yeah.
cool. It will be, it will be awesome if you did. But anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, make sure you guys sign up, right? Okay, and I'll have a I'll have like an offer only for people who attend the masterclass. Okay, it's going to be a one-off offer for my Malaysian Street Food Academy. We're changing things around. We've been running it in beta mode for the last 4 months, but now we've decided the direction we're headed with it, and it's going to be like very, very different. But we've got an exclusive offer for people who show up for the masterclass this Saturday night online.
And you don't want to miss out.
Yeah, Jackie M's Malaysian Street Food Kitchen. Yeah, and you don't want to miss out, according to Paul.
It's gonna be great.
And don't
I'm
forget,
gonna be there.
don't forget to check out Liam's blog, guys, themuddledpantry.com, and he's got like, that's it, and he's got a bunch of recipes.
I don't know. I haven't tried many of his recipes yet.
I thank you for your viewership.
I was gonna say, for the 4 recipes I've done from your blog, all of them have been great. So, guys, don't miss out. It's good something with a bad word. So yes, do it.
And I promise, my next one, I will promise, I will sort it out and get myself a Laksa recipe on there too. So
do that. Yeah.
Or else we're gonna have to chase you out of here.
All right, guys. Let's Liam, how come you are not eating the laksa? Because it's too pretty to eat.
It's too pretty.
Because he's an Instagram model.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He wants
that's
to
it.
become
Yeah,
an
I'm all about the gram.
All right, guys. Have a great night and great rest of the day, depending on where you are. And we will see you back next week. Yeah, guys?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Bye.
Okay, ciao.